The endless room. Ethan arrived at the hotel long after midnight, exhausted from the road. The clerk barely glanced up from his desk, pushing forward an old brass key with a dull smile. Top floor, end of the hall. That was it. No small talk, no welcome. Just the key, cold in his palm. The elevator creaked and rattled like it hadn't been serviced in decades. When it finally groaned open, Ethan stepped out into a hallway that seemed to stretch too far for the size of the building. He shrugged it off. Hotels were weird like that. He walked toward his room, but as he passed door after door, his steps slowed. 510, 511, 512. Then the next one was 508. He blinked, confused. Had he turned around without realizing? No, he kept walking. 509, 510, 511, 512, and again, 508. The numbers looped. Ethan frowned, turned on his heel, and walked the other way. But the hallway behind him stretched endlessly, buzzing fluorescent lights receding into infinity. He laughed nervously. Okay, I'm just tired. It's a trick of the eye. He tried the first door he came to. The lock clicked, the door swung open and led to another hallway. Identical. Same carpet, same buzzing lights. The only difference was that the air inside felt heavier. He tried another. Same result. Every door was another hall. Another endless stretch. His chest tightened. He pulled out his phone. No signal. Not even Wi-Fi. Just a blank screen staring back at him. The silence of the place pressed on his ears. Not silence exactly. There was always the faint hum of the lights, and beneath that a steady thumping. Like a heartbeat hidden in the walls. Ethan walked faster, then faster still. His steps echoed hollowly, as though the corridor wasn't solid but hollow, like he was running inside a giant shell. His breathing grew ragged, panic burned through him. He ran until his legs trembled, but the hallway never changed. The same stretch repeated, doors lined neatly, mocking him. Finally, he stopped, leaning against the wall, dizzy with fear. That's when he heard it. A sound. A slow, deliberate creak. He turned his head. One of the doors, one he was sure had been closed, now stood slightly ajar. The darkness inside was thicker than it should have been, swallowing the light from the hall. His throat tightened. His instincts screamed to walk away. But his feet carried him closer, as if pulled. Then something slid into view. A hand, thin, pale grey. The fingers were too long, bending strangely as they wrapped around the edge of the doorframe. Ethan froze. His breath hitched. Then came the voice, low, whispering, almost gentle. You weren't supposed to find the way. The door opened wider, not by a push, but as though the darkness itself exhaled. Shadows spilled into the hallway, bleeding across the carpet, climbing the walls. The buzzing lights flickered and dimmed, drowned by the black. Ethan stumbled back, heart racing. He turned to run, but the hall behind him was gone. There was only the door, the hand, the voice. The darkness surged, and in the last flicker of the failing lights, he saw faces in the walls. Dozens, pale and distorted, mouths open in silent screams, pressed into the wallpaper as if they'd been swallowed by the hotel itself. The hand reached further, fingers brushing his shirt, pulling him toward the door. Ethan screamed, and then he was gone. The hall was silent again. The door shut with a soft click. The numbers on the next room over flickered once. 508. And the endless hallway waited, humming, ready for the next guest.